Welcome back to the Fuel Show. Still to come, we're going to take a look at the all-new Chevy Suburban LTZ, and then we're going to go to IPD for our In the Pit segment. Now, the word Volvo literally means I roll in Latin. The Volvo car company was formed to make quality and safety in their vehicles, and their first vehicles were both cabriolets and hardtops. The C70 was originally introduced in 1996, and it was introduced as a cabriolet and a hardtop. Well, the new C70 for 2007 is a hardtop convertible. Here's Dennis and Ian with a first look at the 2007 Volvo C70.
Thanks, Nick. Now, Q Factor is the first score for the Volvo C70, and the one thing that really caught my attention, I think catches everybody's attention when they get into this car, is the slimline dash center console setup. It's like a flat panel TV that houses all of the audio and AC controls for the car.
Yeah, and it kind of maximizes space. It's a 1-2 punch. It gives you the technology, and then you have some place to stuff something you want out of sight right behind it in the interior. Now, for me, it's got to be the top. Retractable hardtop. I mean, I had about 10 different people actually sit in the car and outside the car and watch the entire roof go through its action, both coming up and going down. The ability for them to do that in this kind of price range really does bump the score.
Yeah, you wrap that up with the safety features that you'd usually expect from a Volvo, we'd have to score it at about 4.25. Moving right along the curb appeal for the Volvo C70. The one thing that I like about this is that kind of snub-nosed front end. It makes it look really aggressive for a Volvo.
Yeah, it's kind of a love-hate relationship. I know what you mean by that. It is kind of a stubby, almost looks like a jet fighter, something you'd see in World War II, a flying tiger maybe. I like the way it looks. I think it has nice flowing lines, and more importantly is the way that the car looks both with the top up and the top down. Equally as impressive both ways.
Yeah, all in all, it's a great little package with the top up or top down, like you said. We'd have to score it a solid 4. Performance is the next category for the Volvo C70, and it relies on a turbocharged inline 5-cylinder 2.5 liter to produce its power.
That's right, 218 horsepower and 236 pounds-feet of torque. Now what's interesting is the car that we drove had a 5-speed. Now you put in a bunch of torque like that and a front driver, and you would think with today's technology that it could really optimize the way that the torque steer didn't want the car to jolt this way or jolt that way. And for some reason it wanted to go in every direction but straight. It was very frustrating. I think that the automatic would make it drive different, but for me, the stick kind of brought the score down a little bit.
Yeah, you can add on some aftermarket stuff that would help with that torque steer problem as well, but overall, 3.5 for performance. Next up is fit and finish for the Volvo C70, and I think this is the one place where Volvo's always kind of taken knocks. They've always been solid, they've always been safe, they've always been built well, but they haven't always chosen the best interior materials.
And that is what's so frustrating with this car. I mean, it's got this great brushed aluminum piece with all the heating and air conditioning controls in it. Really nice materials inside the top when the top is up. But why do they put this neoprene insert into the seat? I don't know what their thinking was. I don't know why they did it. It just, for me, it's not the kind of material I want to see in a 40,000 plus automobile.
Yeah, overall, I mean, it's solid. There are a lot of neat things. It's really built well.
I agree.
But because of the build quality and the materials included in the interior cabin, we'd have to drop the score to a 3.75. Now, drivability is the final category for the Volvo C70, and if the car wasn't so swashy, I think we'd have to give it a higher score.
Swashy?
Yeah?
Is that like sloppy and washy?
Yeah, it's like Crunch-You Easy.
We're not on a Taco Bell set. Jeez. Hey, listen, it's a great-looking car with great technology wrapped into it. It's got that great flat panel look to the interior with the heating and air conditioning controls. It's got that great retractable hardtop. I mean, it's either a full convertible or just like driving a hardtop in the rain. The difference is the way it drives on the road. It's just undersprung, no rebound. I think the car is designed for little old ladies. I hate to say that.
Kind of porpoisey, huh?
Well, it is porpoisey. The thing doesn't have any real sporty feel the way it drives. I know that might not be the core demographic, and I know that I'm a guy who wants it to go around corners with real sharp precision, but overall, I got a knocker for the score. Good looking car, lots of technology, comfortable seating, but overall,
yeah, the look doesn't match the performance, and because of that, we have to give it a 3.25 in drivability.
Okay, let's recap the scores that Dennis and Ian gave the 2007 Volvo C70. For Q Factor, they gave it a 4.25. For curb appeal, a 4.0. In performance, a 3.5. And in fit and finish, a 3.75. Finally, in drivability, Dennis and Ian gave it a 3.25. The total score for the 2007 Volvo C70 is 18.75 out of a possible 25. Still to come on Fuel, we're going to go to IPD for our In the Pit segment. And when Fuel returns, we'll take a look at the all-new Chevy Suburban LTZ.